Let's kick things off by exploring why those first moments matter so much in business English. Research tells us people form trust judgments within the first minute. Why do you think that is, David? It's fascinating, Emma. In business, time is limited, and people look for keystone, confidence, warmth right away. If you stumble or seem distant, even briefly, it can color the whole interaction. Exactly, and it's not just about language skills. Even native speakers sometimes struggle if they don't project the right energy. The science is clear, impressions are made before competence is assessed. That supported by Harvard Research Trust is established in 30-60 seconds. It means our approach in those early moments is critical, especially when English isn't your first language. Let's dig deeper into trust as a form of currency. In business, it's almost like capital U trade on it to get things done. Can you give us a practical example? Sure, imagine pitching an idea by email. If your recipient doesn't trust you, your message may never get a reply. But if you've built even a little trust, your words carry more weight. That's so true. It's like how we're more likely to buy from brands we trust, even if their products aren't the cheapest. The same logic applies to our personal communication. Right, and in global teams, trust smooths over language gaps. If people believe you're sincere and capable, they'll focus less on minor mistakes and more on your message. Let's talk about our first tool, warmth. Studies show warmth actually comes before competence in building trust. Why is that so powerful, especially in English? Because warmth signals I'm safe, I'm here to connect. Even a simple "thanks for having me" softens the tone. It's like a friendly handshake before you get down to business. Exactly. And neuroscience backs this. You poor brains are wired to respond positively to warmth. It lowers defenses and invites collaboration, no matter the language barrier. That's why even a non-fluent speaker can create instant rapport with just a warm greeting. It's a universal language that precedes grammar or vocabulary. Moving on to our second tool, clarity and confidence. David, how can listeners keep their self-introductions clear and effective, even if English isn't their first language? It's about structure. Use templates. My name is, I'm a, at, I help do. This formula keeps you focused, and the listener immediately understands your role. And it takes the pressure off having to improvise under stress. Plus, it signals professionalism. Think of it like the elevator pitch: short, sharp, memorable. Exactly. And when you speak clearly, you project confidence, even if your accent is strong or vocabulary limited. Confidence often matters more than perfect grammar. Let's explore the third tool, finding common ground. Why does mentioning shared interests or experiences foster trust so fast? It's all about humanizing the interaction. When you say, "I enjoyed your article on LinkedIn," it shows you did your homework and you value the other person's work. Absolutely. It's like discovering you went to the same college. It creates a microbond. In business English, even a tiny point of connection can open doors that would stay closed otherwise. And it's not just small talk. Research shows that conversations with shared references are 30% more likely to result in follow-up meetings or collaborations. David, you mentioned Jorge from Mexico earlier. Can you share more about his experience and how honesty transformed his first meeting? Of course. Jorge was nervous, worried about his English. When he admitted, "I'm still improving my English, but I'm excited to be here," the team's mood shifted instantly. They respected his openness. That's such a powerful example. Sometimes, vulnerability is the fastest route to trust. People relate to authenticity, not perfection. Exactly. And after that meeting, Jorge found it easier to contribute. His honesty created a safe space, which in turn encouraged others to be supportive and patient. For a deeper perspective, let's look at Dr. Amy Cuddy's research from Harvard. She says people judge on warmth first, competence second. Why do you think this order matters in global business? It's crucial. In diverse teams, cultural and linguistic differences can make competence tricky to judge, but warmth is universally understood. It acts as a trust shortcut. Right. So if you sound friendly, people are more willing to listen, even if you make small language mistakes. But if you sound cold, even perfect English might not help. Exactly. It's about lowering barriers. Warmth makes people receptive, and once they're listening, your competence shines through. Let's get really practical. What are some phrases or mindset shifts listeners can use right now to build instant trust in English? Start with gratitude. Thank you for meeting me today. Share your purpose. I'm here to learn from you. And don't be afraid to acknowledge nerves. English isn't my first language, but I'm eager to connect. I love that. And mindset-wise, remember, connection over perfection. If you focus on building a bridge, not impressing, you'll naturally sound more trustworthy. Absolutely. It's not about flawless grammar, it's about genuine interaction. People sense your intent more than your vocabulary list. Let's consider different environments. In virtual meetings, how can you adapt these trust-building tools compared to face-to-face encounters? In virtual settings, your tone and facial expressions matter even more. A warm smile and clear greeting replace the handshake, and using people's names helps personalize the interaction. Great point. In person, body language also plays a role. Open posture, steady eye contact. But online, it's all about vocal warmth and concise, direct phrasing. Exactly. And following up with a friendly email after a virtual meeting can reinforce that initial trust, showing you value the relationship beyond the screen. Let's wrap up. To build trust in the first 60 seconds, start warm, be clear about who you are, and find quick common ground. Any final takeaways, David? Yes, don't wait for perfect English. Be present and authentic. Small, intentional choices have a big impact on how others perceive you, especially in global business settings. And next week, we're tackling how to lead a project update in English without rambling or freezing. We'll share structures, phrases, and confidence tips you can use instantly. So don't miss it. Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, speaking with heart builds trust faster than any grammar guide ever could.